Hello everyone, Richard here at Calvin Wazoo, and I hope you realize that your body could fall apart at any moment. Well, it's another recent finds video, and I have finished off my record store day pickups from the last record store day, plus some Mongolian rock. Yes, and that's who we're going to start off. Who we're going to start off with? The Who. Yes, now I've done a video about The Who before. Rumble of Thunder was the release that I had covered in a previous video that you can find. This one is the Gereg, and it is on this nice red vinyl. It's a 2-record set, so it's got some bonus tracks on here. This was originally released in 2019, and so this is a 2020 deluxe red edition with the the red vinyl with those extra tracks. And it's a Mongolian band, and as I've mentioned before, they blend hard rock with traditional Mongolian instrumentation as well as storytelling. And these guys know what they're doing. Before they started recording, I mean, they were very much influenced by Western music, and particularly hard rock, not maybe so much heavy metal, but hard rock. And they went to university there in Mongolia to study music theory. And they also studied intensely the folk music and the indigenous music of the Mongolian steppes. And then they combine this Western music thematically with the Mongolian traditional song structures, storytelling, and throat singing. Really, really quite amazing material. This is a really beautiful edition as well. You got the band members here, really nice cardstock, and so this was mastered in the U.S. It looks like it was recorded in Mongolia, but then and then it was mastered in Los Angeles. Just really excellent recording all the way around. And just amazing, amazing artwork going with this. Now, the extra material includes acoustic renditions of some of the songs. So what I'm going to play for you are 2 needle drops, okay? So the first needle drop is the song Gereg Gereg, and what you're going to listen to is the fully produced song that is on the album. Give that a listen. All right, it's got such a beautiful melody. It's really a pretty song. It's probably my favorite song on here. I mean, You a You a You is a really good song too. There's a lot of videos out there for that song. Yeah, Gereg is just such a, you really get this feeling of being out in the Mongolian steppes. It's just, the atmosphere the song creates is really quite good. Now, the next needle drop, however, is the acoustic rendering of the song without the amplified and electronic instrumentation. Give that a listen. So, as I say, so beautiful. Not the same portions. I wasn't doing the same exact portions of the song, you know, but just to give you that example of the difference, and also the stripped down sound of their music. So yeah, the Who, and you know, you can find their records on Amazon, and they are quite reasonably priced. And so if you heard that and you like it, I encourage you to find some of their other videos and listen to it. Their videos are really quite exceptional as well. They really incorporate the feel and the scenery and the landscape of Mongolia with the songs. And, you know, don't let the language barrier be an issue, because there are websites that do provide translation of the lyrics, and reasonably good translations, not completely literal. So check them out. I really recommend The Who. Now, with my leftover record store day purchases, we got here this one, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, live in France. This is the concert in Limoges. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Really excellent recording, all right? I was a little bit diffident about purchasing this. I mean, it wasn't cheap. This was nearly 50 bucks. It's a double album, but it was nearly 50 bucks. And, you know, the recording is from 1966, so I was a little bit concerned about, you know, shelling out for a live recording from 1966. But, yeah, the mastering, let's see, the engineer was Michael Graves at Osiris Studios, and the lacquers were cut by Matthew Luthans at the Mastering Lab. So there were some, you know, excuse me, some, you know, major people involved in putting this together for release, and it just sounds fantastic, really fantastic. And again, we have the really nice card stock, and then it has this booklet that comes with it, and there's a photo of, I guess, the master tape or whatever, and a lot of history in here, a lot of words, a lot of stuff to read, but, you know, good information about such. Check out those eyeglasses, girl. Oh my God, look at that. So yeah, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, she was born in 1915 to Arkansas cotton pickers. And she was very much part of her mother's church and the tent revivals that they participated in. And she, I think she learned to play piano first, but then picked up the guitar. And she played with this real rockin' style with the guitar. And as she grew older, she became hugely popular. And of course, she electrified. There was a time in her professional career where she also began to play more blues, along with the traditional gospel and spirituals that she played, which that is what created her fan base. And when she started bringing the blues in, her fans rebelled. And it took her quite a few years to get back on her feet. And I think what helped her get back on her feet is in the early 60s, she toured with Muddy Waters, and she also got exposure to people like Keith Richards and Eric Clapton and Jeff Beck, who all cite her as a major influence on their playing. And then she also returned to strictly gospel and spiritual songs. The needle drop I'm gonna play for you is the song Didn't It Rain? Yeah, what a voice. You can hear just how well the recording was reproduced for pressing on vinyl. Great album. To be honest, I mean, I love gospel music, but I can only take it in portions. So it's a double album, a lot of music here of this concert. I'm kind of feeling that if I was at that concert, I would have been getting bored, because of just the continual gospel and spiritual songs. But so I'm glad that it's on the double album, because then I can listen to like one side, and that's enough for me for a while, and then I'll listen to another side. I mean, I do love gospel music, but there's only so much of it I can handle, and I gotta listen to something else. I gotta listen to some devil music. So, and maybe speaking about that is this one here, The Rough Guide to the Hoodoo Blues. And this, I tried to look up when this was originally released, but I think this is a brand new compilation that the Rough Guide put together for Record Store Day, because I couldn't find any information on a previous first pressing of this. So it's fantastic recording, but again, we're talking really old recordings on here. We've got songs from, let's see, 1936, 1927, 1929, 1925. Gosh, it looks like that opening song from, 1937 is, there's one from 1940. So that's probably the most contemporary song on here. The earliest one looks like it's from 1925. But it opens up with Memphis Minnie and Hoodoo Lady, which, if you're a blues fan, then you're probably aware of Memphis Minnie. but there's a lot of other songs on here by the Harlem Hamfats, Merlin Johnson, Funny Papa Smith, Memphis Jug Band. Yeah, this is really good stuff. Now, hoodoo is something that was practiced in the southern U.S., but its roots come from Africa. And it's not to be confused for voodoo. Hoodoo is not a synonymous with voodoo, all right? It's different. It is a culture and spiritual system that is more centered around herbalism and divination to, create protection against your enemies. So it's more of a defensive move, I think. But I really don't know that much about either hoodoo or voodoo, other than it makes it clear on the record that they're not the same. And so the needle drop I have for you is the song Don't Put That Thing on Me by Clifford Gibson.
Don't put that thing on me. Don't put that thing on me. I swear I'll be good, kind mama. Don't put that thing on me. Don't care what you say. Don't care what you do.
So you can hear this is, these are early recordings, okay? So when I say this sounds really good, it does. It sounds really good that these reproductions of these very early recordings, which probably most certainly came from 78 Shellac Records. So yeah, it sounds good, but it sounds like old-timey music being played on a Victrola. But being pressed, in 2022, it sounds good. All right. I mean, that's the only way I can explain it. All right. Now another record store day release that I just kind of picked up on a whim, and I'm glad I did. This is Mejor de los Nuggetz. Okay, this is, and it's on this really cool red vinyl. So American and British rock was heard all over in Latin America and played by these powerful radio stations that just had like huge wattage outputs. And so people were hearing this American and British invasion music. And so all these, garage bands were put together throughout Latin America. And, some of them, got record deals. So on the back of the record, you can see the covers of the singles for many of the songs here. And yeah, so it opens up with Satisfaction. I Can't Get No Satisfaction. This is by Los Abson. And then there's Please Please Me by Los Mustang. And then there's El Tren Pasa Esta Noche by the Los Chains. Train Kept A-Rollin', that's what that song is. Yeah, covers of The Letter, covers of 96 Tears, These Boots Are Made for Walking, Esta Bota San Para Caminar, Respectable, all right, the song Respectable, Que Chique Tan Formal by the Los Polares. So yeah, really, these are really quite good covers. It's a fun record. The needle drop I'm going to play for you is La Neurasthenia, which is 19th Nervous Breakdown.
Eres la clase de chico que le vende siempre la tensión, que le abruma el ruido de la circulación. A veces reaccionas y te sabes dominar, mas sin saber cómo. atención, cuídate. Atención, 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 atención. Ten cuidado con la neurastenia.
Good cover, you know, the really good cover. That was by Las Salvejas. And nice cover too to the record. And as I say, it's got some information about this. It also includes a couple commercials, radio commercials, you know, from the radio stations that were playing this music throughout Latin America. Pretty interesting bit of archival product in music. So in terms of historical content. All right. And now the final one I have for you is the record store reissue of Cracker Island by Gorillaz. Now, this was originally, this is a new release. This is, I think, their newest one from 2023. So the 2024 was remastered, I believe, and it's got some bonus tracks on here, but it also was reissued with this alternative cover. So this is not the same cover as the original. But again, you know, super nice cardstock. Then we got the back here of the characters inside. Very, very nice. The inner sleeves have a logo on there. Then it comes with this two-sided poster. That's how it's described, but really all it is, you know, it's a square, but it's very cool. Again, you know, with the artwork. And this is, you know, Damon Albarn was doing, you know, with this project that actually became more lucrative for him than Blur. Blur was just kind of reaching the end of its road. And this, I think, was supposed to be just kind of a one-off kind of thing, but it really started to develop. And Cracker Island, I've got other records by Gorillaz, so I don't have all of them, so I'm a little familiar with what's been going on with them. And, you know, with previous releases, there's a lot of contributions from other musical artists who tend to star on, you know, some of the songs. This one, Damon Albarn is much more forward in the songs. There's a lot of other people and acts that are brought in, you know, to help out. I mean, the opening track, Cracker Island, that's featuring Thundercat. And then the second track, Oil, features Stevie Nicks. And then you've also got Tormenta, which features Bad Bunny. Then Captain Chicken features Del the Funky Homo Sapien. So there's still a lot of contributors who are, you know, featured within the songs. But Damon Albarn is the much more forward and much more the center of the song than he had been so much with, you know, some of the other releases. I really, really like this, and especially this reissue. It is really good. Again, really excellent sound, and it's two different colors for the two records. So you've got this pink. Okay, really nice pink. But then there's also this other one that's slightly different, that's magenta. All right, so there's this one. I don't know if this will show up, but you can see, actually I think this is the magenta one and this is the pink one. Now that I compare them side by side. But yeah, very cool labels on there. The needle drop on this one I have for you is the opening track, Cracker Island.
On Cracker Island it was born to
Yeah, very, very good. And I do really, really like this record. I don't have the entire discography of Gorillaz, but this is probably leaning toward being my favorite of the releases, despite it's not a fan favorite, at least according to some of the ratings that I've seen on some web pages. I really, really enjoy it. And if if you like Gorillaz, you've enjoyed some of the material that you've heard, you might really like this. Be sure to check it out, on YouTube or some other streaming service, and see if you do like it. So those are my records for this particular episode of Recent Finds number 35. Be sure to hit the like button. I really appreciate that when people do that. It really helps with distribution of my content. And remember that I can be found on Instagram as NewsDude76. That's NEWZDUDE 76. And also I have a Facebook page called Calvin Wazoo, where you can find not just these videos that I produce here on YouTube, but other videos that I find that are interesting and music related, and as well as articles and other items musically related. So check those out. Hey, leave a comment in the down under. I do enjoy getting them. But as always, remember to pray for the people inside your head, for they won't be there when you're dead.